First up, our big story. Well, several rockets from Gaza have been fired into Israel after top commander of a Palestinian terror group was killed in an airstrike by the Israeli side in the Gaza Strip. On your screens is the video showing the dramatic moment. 2 cars escaped as a rocket struck a highway in southern Israel. And another incident, rockets fired by Palestinian terror group Islamic Jihad damaged a house. Meanwhile, as a precautionary measure, Israeli police closed some roads on the edge of Gaza. This comes after Israel strikes targeted Baha Abu al-Atta, who the country said had carried out a series of cross-border attacks. And that his next attack was imminent. Al-Atta's wife was also killed in the raid. Footage from Gaza showed debris off the building where Al-Atta was living. The third and second floor of the house was also damaged in the air raid. Israeli forces also hit terror targets in the Syrian capital of Damascus. And these are live visuals now coming in from Gaza, where you can see still smoke emanating from several areas. So rocket launches still possibly happening at the moment as the situation has escalated. Meanwhile, thousands of Palestinians attended the funeral of the slain terror commander Al-Atta. And the strike came as Palestine said that Israeli forces shot dead a Palestinian man. 22-year-old Omar Badawi was shot in the chest. Israeli military has said that forces opened fire when confronted by rioters. It added that the shooting was under investigation. And well, WION's West Asia Bureau Chief Daniele Pagani is now joining us live for the latest. And well, Daniele, what is the situation at the moment? We do see in the live visuals smoke still emanating from this area, tensions obviously still high.
The tension still remains very high. The smoke that you see is not because of recent attacks. It is the management of what happened in the early hours of the morning. Currently, the situation is, so to say, under control, but it is very far from being over. We will need to see what happens at dusk or in the early hours of the morning tomorrow, because these are traditionally the two very moments when the rocket launches become more intense. Clearly, the Palestinian factions favor the night and the evening or the early hours of the morning in order to launch attacks against Israel. This is a worrisome escalation because the killing of this commander is something significant. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad active inside Gaza is not a major force. They are not a massive force in terms of numbers, but they are extremely militarized and also, I would say, extremely offensive and audacious in order to when they want to attack Israel. They are behind several of the most dangerous rocket attacks happened in the last year. For instance, we might recall a time when 2 rockets were launched directly against Tel Aviv, which was the first time that happened in years. We were expecting something that was going to happen against the Palestinian Jihad because, interestingly, on Israeli media, a profile of these very men have been published on several Israeli media in the last days, and this is traditionally something that Israel does before it is attacking someone.